Hey everyone, this is Nick with Elos. Today I want to quickly show you how you can switch out your bearings or wheels here in your own home using just a few simple tools. In order to switch out your bearings, you just need two simple things. One, your tool set, any 1/2-inch wrench you have at home, or you can use a skate tool like this nifty one I have from Elos here. Two, you just need your new set of bearings. To switch out your bearings is pretty easy. Just use your skate tool, which I'm going to use this time, or you can use any 13mm wrench. I'm going to go ahead and pop off my first nut. And take that off. Make sure that you keep inside. Now, on both sides of my bearing, here in the center of the wheel, there's a washer. This washer you need to be very careful about. Don't lose it. This is a very important piece, so I would take the washer on the inside and on the inside of the wheel here, and both place them so that you can find them later. You'll need them in a second. Now, a lot of times in a shop, they'll have a tool to specifically take out your bearings. But to do this at home, you could actually just use the very end of where your top wheel nut screws in and pry out your bearings pretty easily. The easiest way to do it is in between your bearings, you'll see that there's a slight gap. If you place over the wheel thread far enough to get in between that gap, you can actually rotate your wheel enough to get the bearing to pop out on its own. Now, as I said, this is a shielded bearing, so on one side you can see a black shield, and on the inside, the other side, you can actually see the bearing itself. So I've got one bearing out, and I can just do the same thing with the second bearing. Just get enough in there, and then rotate it until I can pop the bearing out itself. All right, pretty quick. Get both my bearings out. With the shielded bearings, you want to make sure that the black part is facing out of the side of the wheel. This is what's stopping any dirt, water, and dust from getting in. So you make sure that it's facing out. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and place it in my wheel and get it in. Now you should hear a click or a slight snap to make sure that it's fully flush and even inside. You don't want it angled or coming out, otherwise your ride won't quite work out. Same thing, put my new bearing with the black side facing out of the wheel. Get it in there. Little snap. All right, like I said before, your washers are very important. When you look closely at your washer, you'll know that there's a slightly rounded off side and there's a more flat side. Importantly is when you're putting this back, your slightly rounded side needs to be facing the bearing itself. It should be facing towards the inside of the wheel. So in this case, when I'm putting it on my top thread, the rounded side needs to be facing up because that's about to go touching towards my wheel. Now the flat side of my wheel here, I'm going to put down on the inside. And I'm going to again take my second washer and I'm going to make sure that the rounded off piece is facing towards my bearing. Now I'm going to screw my nut back in place. Do that by hand and then grab my nice handy skate tool and finish getting it into place. Now the goal of tightening down your wheel is that you want your wheel to still have a little bit of movement, but the movement should be side to side, not up and down. If it's moving up and down, it's too loose, but also you want to make sure that you're still rotating. So you should have a little bit of like diagonal movement, but not just a lot of movement up and down. Once I do that, I can test my wheel just by slightly getting it to move, not throwing it. But if I'm getting a smooth rotation, this means that my new bearing is working really well. So that's it. In less than 5 minutes, you can pull off a bearing, switch it out. You can do this in your living room with a few basic tools. You don't even need a full tool shop or a garage. I hope that this helps and smooth riding. Hey everyone, it's Nick from Elos again. Thanks for watching our tutorial. We hope it helps, and if you want more information about how to ride, how to maintain, or to start your skateboard journey, please like, subscribe, and check back for future updates. You can also find links below for any of our Elos products. We hope to see you next time.